Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Ginger Snaps. I wanted to do my first little chatting video with you guys. And really in reality, I wanted to talk about what this last year has been. It's a new year and I'm getting ready to turn 30, which is kind of a weird thought. I don't care about being 30, but in 30 years of life, a lot of stuff has happened. But this is not a retrospective on my life. This is just, I'm talking about the last year, but I actually want to back up a little bit before that. I want to talk about the last 2 years. 'Cause 2020 was really shitty for a lot of people, but for me it was especially shitty. There were a lot of good things that came from it though, but it was rough. January 9th, 2020, I became homeless. And there was a lot going on in my life. I had been single for about a year, and I had moved to be closer to my job and get a promotion and do all these things, and it came down to pay for my car so I can get to work, or pay my rent and have a roof where you can live in your car. And so I paid the car payment, and I'm glad I did. I'm much happier that I did that, but I was homeless, and I was homeless for 3 weeks, and I was staying with my friend and sleeping on his couch and not being in a great place. A lot of big struggles, a lot of really hard things happened in those 3 weeks. And then on February 2nd, I moved in with another friend and her roommate, a girl I'd only met a couple times, and my friend. And it was so nice to have a roof and a place that I could call my own, call home, and start to settle. And it was about a month after that the world kind of shut down. And my job working in retail, it was one where I would go into homes and I would do work and I would do all these things. And then coming back out of it, we're still not out of it technically, but coming out of the worst of it, there was just a lot. During the shutdown, I decided I wanted to get back into gaming. I had this 10-year-old gaming PC, which is still in my closet back through there. And this 10-year-old gaming PC, I could still play some games, I could still do stuff. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to start gaming. And I went on Steam and I bought a whole bunch of games, and I said, cool. And then I got to thinking about it. See, my ex can tell you that for as long as they've known me, they knew that I wanted to be a content creator of some kind. And through a series of actions, I ended up starting to stream. And on August 26th was my very first stream. I streamed for 1 hour and 33 minutes to very few folks. I mean, I had maybe 1 or 2 viewers. I gained a couple of followers and some friends from other streaming communities, but it was not a whole lot. And back then I was trying to be family friendly and not swear and just be something that people would, oh, she's so respectable. She's maybe worth some money. And I gave that up. I realized that was just not being me, not being myself. And I didn't have a camera until November. And I finally got handed a webcam that flickered. There's a short in the wire and it flickered all the time and it didn't work really well. And my PC slowly started dying. But I kept playing games and I kept streaming and I kept going because it was finally pursuing a passion, right? Content creation. And I was just so happy. I was so excited. I was posting about it on my Facebook, and I was, sharing about it and trying so hard to get to affiliate, because then that meant I had done something. I had succeeded. I did a thing. Little did I know that once you hit affiliate, you're basically in the top 5% of Twitch. I had no idea. It was kind of crazy. And, it was so funny because through all of this, I was looking up to big content creators like Markiplier and Crank Gameplays and Jacksepticeye and even mid-tier creators, the Cub Scouts, and I didn't understand what it took, what it takes. And seeing these guys where this is their full-time job on top of me working my job and doing all these other things that I was doing on the side. I was a stand-up comedian before COVID. I would run tech at comedy shows, and I was going to drag shows. I was doing all these different things, and my brain kind of flipped a switch. November 15th, 2019. And I found a video to watch daily. And I was watching a channel whose name I won't mention, but that channel lasted for 365 days. And then they deleted the content. And I watched every single video, and I watched them repeatedly. It was just something that meant a lot to me. And I wept at the deletion of the channel because I had lost so much. But I found a way to keep moving forward. And watching that channel get deleted was very much similar to that. Watching them hit the delete button and everything just disappearing. 5 days later, I reached Twitch affiliate. And things slowly started changing. 2 days later, I did a 14-hour stream to celebrate. And that day of that 14-hour stream, I got the webcam up and running and started streaming with the webcam. And I wasn't just a random talking person that you didn't know who they were. And I was terrified. And my room was messy. I mean, yeah, this is kind of cluttered and chaotic and messy, but this is the art space. It's allowed to be that way. But I just didn't... I was new to the whole thing. And I decided on a whim that I would try to raise some money for To Write Love on Her Arms, which is a mental health and suicide prevention charity focused on youth, but they have services for adults. Because I have a history of dealing with either folks in my life ending their life or, my mental health. And I remember talking to my best friend. If you were from my chat, Kay. And I said, Kay, I don't know if I'm going to hit $100. I don't know if I'm going to do it. I don't know if this is going to happen. I don't know if this is going to be a thing. And Kay said, you'll do great. And first stream of December, I wanted to raise money all month long. First stream of December, we raised something like $250. And I was floored. I was absolutely floored. And I didn't have really incentives. I didn't have really anything kind of ready and put together. This was my first charity stream. I've been streaming less than 6 months. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was raising money. I was doing good, and I was crying all the time, and I was so happy. And December 20th rolls around. My computer is on its last legs. I am talking like I'm doing reactions to YouTube videos because I can't do anything else. I boot up a game and my stream suffers. I've got my stream resolution set down as low as it can go. And suddenly my chat explodes. My stream was almost taken offline. So unbeknownst to me, Crank Gameplays, Ethan Nestor, Mr. Famous Man throwing names around, he had partnered with Tiltify after Thankmas to do Clause My Cause, where Tiltify was giving him links to channels that were live and raising money for different things. And the donation, there was $1,000 donation, and then exposure for that streamer, and just an outpouring of love. And I'll never forget it. If I can find the clip, I'll put it in. But Ethan said, "This person is probably going to know who I am. Their recommended is full of Mark and Sean."
Okay. There's a chance that this person might know who I am because all of their YouTube recommendeds are Mark and Sean and all of my friends. So
Super embarrassing.
right. Here we go. Ginger Snaps 67. Oh, whoops.
And I had no idea at the time. And then boom, my channel explodes. And $1,000 donation rolls in. And my chat is full of E-Freight. And I'm like, what's going on? What is happening? Oh my God, I've got a hoodie on with a hood pulled up and you can't see who I am. I have no introduction. I'm not prepared for anything. Like, nothing. And I got to tell Ethan how much that redacted channel meant to me. How it helped me get through all of the hardships and the pain and everything that I went through the first part of the year. And just how much it means to a lot of people. And he got to hear that message. And from that, I met some amazing folks. Somebody asked if I had merch. And I said, no, I don't have merch. And I don't have the skills to make my own merch. I make everything myself here right now. I don't. And I don't have the money to pay somebody. Like, I don't know how to do it. And some messages started coming into my Discord. My Discord kind of got really popping for a hot minute. And we did a 12-hour stream the day after Christmas to the final push for charity. And we raised $3,045. And that's how we ended 2020. I'm riding a high. It's insane. Things are crazy. So some of the messages that I received was actually from an anonymous patron of the community now who said, you said that you need to upgrade your PC to stream what you want to stream and play what you want to play. That's why you're doing reactions right now. What do you need? I sent him a list and parts started showing up at my house. So some anonymous donor and benefactor basically gifted me a PC to be able to do what I'm doing right now. And you know who you are. I'm eternally grateful. We built the PC live on stream and it was insane. One of the first things I did on my new PC was I had a thought swirling around in my head, just a storyline I needed to get out. We're in January of 2021, so this last year. And I wrote a script, 6 pages. It's either like 6 or 12 pages. I don't even remember anymore. And I was so excited and I was so proud. And it was full of all these errors and there was continuity issues and all these things. But it was the first draft and I finally wrote for the first time in years. And the very next day I got hurt at work. retail job that puts you in people's homes and potentially dangerous situations. I got hurt. I got a concussion. And it seemed like my life had to stop. I was working 5 jobs. I continued to work one even though I shouldn't have. And it was very tough. So a couple weeks rolled by. I'm finally allowed back on my computer, and one of my community members, a fellow streamer, wanted to raise some money for Mental Health America. And I said, you will reach your goal. His goal was like $300. And I said, this community, my community, will not let you down. And just throwing all the support and all the love to him. And he ended up raising over $2,000. And we shared a lot of the same community at the time. And that was huge. That was big. That was the first sign that this community could do something insane and amazing and great without some celebrity influence. And it was a small community at the time. Super proud of everything. And community started growing, and we started reaching out and meeting new people and playing new games. And all the while, I'm recovering from my concussion. And I was 2 weeks away from losing my job because my recovery time took so long. And then my boss calls me and reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to work from home? Done. Yes, sold. And so I started working from home, and I was sitting at my desk with both my monitors, my stream computer and my work computer. And I was working and participating in streams and just growing my community and growing my reach, growing my friends. And I started streaming again, and everything was great. And in April, we did an impromptu charity stream. My sister was raising money for Little Mended Hearts. My nephew's a heart warrior. And I had donated about $60 privately. It's what I had. It's what I could do. And I paint abstracts. They're different. It's how I see someone in that exact moment, in color and shape and flow and everything. It's weird. It's very hippy dippy, but that's just part of the gig. And I was painting my sister, and she popped in, and I said, hey guys, my sister's doing this thing. And whatever income I make today from Twitch, all that money will get donated. I'll donate it all. I'll show you guys the proof. My community impromptu for a stranger, someone they didn't know the story of, they didn't know anything about. They raised $205. They took her over her goal. Strangers on the internet who had no idea. And I remember saying, thank you guys. This means so much to me. It means so much to her. And they said, if it's a cause you care about, we care about it. And that has stuck with me. And, it kind of formulated how things for the rest of the year were going to go. And I slowly stopped working from home. They actually pulled me off the contract and terminated my contract early, and I started working back at my retail job again. But before I started back full time there, I went to a convention. I went to an anime con to see someone that I'd met, someone who's phenomenal and wonderful, and I'll always cherish her. But then I met other members of the community there for the first time ever. The wonderful Tripwire. If I have a picture of her, I'll throw it up here. And things were just moving in a great direction. And I had decided in June that I was going to raise money for the Trevor Project. Something that means a lot to me. The Alphabet family is huge to me. And I set a wild goal at $2,500. I thought, we can do this as a community. We'll get there. And this was the first event that I had outside help with giveaway items. In that month, I was exposed to doxing and hate raids and just horrible messages privately, and just, it was really, really, really rough. Things were dangerous at work again. But we raised $2,580 for the Trevor Project. And that means the world that we got to do that. And I had been, since November of 2020, I've been working 1 day a week for a friend of mine, helping her out. And she asked me if I would work for her full time. So July rolls around and I talked to my boss at the retail job and I said, hey, August 1st, I start a new job. And I appreciate everything you've done for me. Keeping me from getting fired, finding me the work from home gig, like all of these things, just being a good friend. I will never forget. I will always appreciate. And so I've left that door open if I ever need to go back for anything. And so August 1st, I started working for my new boss, working my new job. So my full-time job, I still sit here behind this desk and I do a lot of the similar things to what it takes to be an influencer right now. In August, we also launched the podcast. And within the first 4 episodes, we had reached 100 unique listeners, which is insane. And it's a podcast that focuses on the community, focuses on streaming, focuses on content creation, focuses on all of these things, and just amazing people and pillars of the community. And I love it. And August was a big month. I started working my new job full time. We launched the podcast. We also celebrated my 1 year of streaming with a subathon. And I said, I will cap this at 36 hours. If we even get that far. This is me not realizing the power of the internet. Goal for subs was 200. I had planned sort of out to 200. And the community came through. We had 500 subs, 50,000 bits, private personal donations. If this subathon had not been capped at 36 hours, it would have been a 60-hour stream. I would have been sleeping on camera and working on camera, and we just can't have that. But it was amazing. And I went into the subathon. Somebody asked me, why don't you keep all the money? And I said, I don't want to. I don't need to. Because I said a dollar from every sub will be going towards charity. That's $500. And I donated a portion of the private donation and the bits as well. So, coming off of all this, I go to Atlanta for Dragon Con. And somebody I haven't talked about a whole lot, but somebody who means the absolute world to me is the wonderful Delilah Rose. Lila was one of those people that came in with the Ethan raid and the Tiltify thing back in December of 2020. And she said, I'm an artist. I would love to try to design some merch for you. And a friendship developed and formed. And Lila and I were inseparable in Atlanta. I am so proud of her as a human being. I am so proud of her for putting her art out there, for pursuing her passions. And I'm proud of her for just the change in the woman that she's become even in the year that I've known her. She's my sweetest being, and I love her so much. And I will never forget these moments that we've shared. I mean, getting catcalled in Atlanta all the way to sitting on a patio and for too many hours. And I can't wait to see you in person again and give you the biggest hug. But while we were there, I met some of my other Twitch friends. Storm of Iron, Juju Beans, and met Fierce Kittens, who is a phenomenally intelligent human being who's just kind of one of my low-key inspirations, and just had a blast. Got so many cool things, did so much cool stuff. And we get back and we launch directly into another charity event. We raised money for World Suicide Prevention Day to Write Love on Our Arms. They reached out to me personally and said, hey, we appreciate that you've shared your story. Would you please consider working with us again? And I said, absolutely, hands down. With my contribution from the subathon, we raised $1,300 in 5 days. Because of that, we did a live podcast recording on my Twitch channel, which was insane. Insane. I still have the video from it. Maybe I'll upload it one day. We also had another community member who was raising money for the Trevor Project. And he raised over $3,000. And my community was so helpful with that. They supported him in so many ways. We got him to goal after goal after goal. I said, hey guys, love him, help him do something that he's been terrified to do. And because of a deal that I made during that event, I had to hand deliver a painting to a donor, which we'll talk about in a minute. But we come out of September into October, and in the first week of October, I get a notice, we're not renewing your lease. You have to be out by Halloween, end of day. 2 days later, my car breaks down, and the day after that, the Twitch leak happened. It was rough. And my roommate and I, we figured out what we were going to do. We decided what we were going to do, and I did what needed to be done. Moved into a new apartment. I'm also recording this at 4 a.m, so I'm going to be a little bit quiet, but moved into a new apartment, got the car fixed, and Twitch leak be what it may be, dealt with it as needed. And I took some time off streaming. We ended the podcast first season at 10 episodes. And we are moving into season 2. And I'm so excited for the content that's lined up. It's amazing. And I can't wait for everyone to hear it. And, you know, a few days after I moved in, I had to drive to Detroit, a 10-hour drive, to go hand deliver that damn painting to the wonderful ADD Toaster. And poor Toasty. He's had to put up with me so much for so long, but I love him dearly. I hand delivered the painting and I then spent the rest of the days running around Detroit, having some fun, but also planning. I decided to actually put some planning and effort into the December charity event. And he helped me find rewards and incentives. And we planned and we planned and we planned. And we spent hours and hours and hours in his living room talking. And it was worth it. I had so much fun with Toast and hanging out. And I'm proud. I'm so proud. And I got back, and Serious Bitch and I sat down, and we started talking and we were going through things, and I had bought some designs from her. She's a graphic artist, and Sirius and I decided that we would do this poster and this shirt. And we reached out and we got these bracelets made that are sitting behind me on my desk. There's so many different things that we did, and we hit the ground running hard. And in a month, we put everything together. We got a corporate sponsor. We got an anonymous donor to match the first $3,000 that we raised. And we had incentives planned out to $15,000. But my true goal was $3,000. At $3,000, the anonymous donor was going to match that. And if it took to the end of the month, they were going to wait. But at $3,000 plus the match, that meant that my community was going to be involved in raising over $20,000 for charity. Because something else I didn't mention, a community invited us to be involved in a raid train for the Wounded Warrior Project. And we helped raise $2,000 with them. We've done so many small little things, and it's just been insane. And so we hit the ground running hard. December 1st rolls around, very first stream, and we raise over $2,000. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty damn sure. And it just didn't stop. The momentum kept going and the momentum kept running. And so many nights I've sat up and said, oh my God, what have we done? This is amazing. And all in the back of my mind, we're recording holiday episodes of the podcast. I'm meeting with merch companies. I'm doing so many things. I launched this YouTube channel all in the month of December. All while I'm working as well. And in the month of December, we streamed over 100 hours on my Twitch channel. But we raised over $11,000. I did not contribute personally to this. I will. Before I close the campaign, there will be a personal contribution from me. And I don't even know what to say, what to think, what to do. Because when we hit that $11,000 mark, that meant this community has been involved in $25,000 in fundraising. I sure as shit didn't make $25,000 from Twitch this year. That means that this small but mighty community has done something that I have never seen done before. And I can't wait to see what the future holds. You know, everybody talks about New Year's resolutions. I don't know if I have resolutions. I think I have some goals. I have some things I would like to do. But, you know, I've been on the front page of Twitch. I've been on the front page of Tiltify with people like Jacksepticeye and Dr. Lupo. I've been rated by partners on Twitch. Randomly and not as random. I've met some of my favorite people. And I will never, ever, ever look back on this last year and be mad at it. You know, the elephant in the room is that COVID-19 is a thing that happened. And it affected all of us. But the mantra I've been running with for quite a few months has been find the good in everything, because there is good in everything. I've lost more people than I care to admit. Friends, relatives, acquaintances. And when I found my circle dwindling and the people in my life dwindling, I found a reason to get up and keep going and keep moving. And I found folks that care about me, that make me feel like every day is worth waking up for. And I will never, ever forget that. And, the big highlights are, Ethan rated, the first Twitch payout, being an affiliate, raising all this money, getting to travel, meeting people in my real life who are everyday streamers, being on those front pages, doing a music stream, doing art streams, doing all of these things has been some of the things that have made 2021 one of the best years in recent that I've had. And I will never, ever, ever forget it. So, with all that being said, as a wise man told me on New Year's Day, we're going to make 2022 our bitch. And we are going to kick some ass. 2022 is going to be insane. And some of the things I want to do in 2022, I want to pay off my car and get most of my debt gone. I want to be on a financial road to being debt-free and building my credit back up. I want to be close to YouTube partner. I want to hit 2,000 followers on Twitch. I want to keep raising money. I would like to raise another $15,000 this year for charity. And I'm going to mess around with some ideas of some other charities to work with. One thing that is going to happen this year is I'm going to go to Ethan's show. I have to do this show. I want to meet more of my Twitch friends. I want to go home and see my family. I want to travel a lot. And I want to do good. So that's what we're going to do. 2022 is going to be our bitch. We're going to do amazing things. And if we don't reach our goals, then how do we improve to make sure that you're hitting goals in the future? Because that's what it's about. Now, I've been going on for too long. We're going to end this video like I do every stream. I love your face right off your face holder. I want you to be good to yourself. Be good to others. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. How did I get through that without crying? Holy buckets.